The Young Thug RICO case has just gotten a lot worse for the YSL rapper. Prosecutors are making a motion that will no longer allow Young Thug to have social media access via his manager. As on September 9th, Young Thug had a new court hearing revolving around a tweet sent out from his Twitter account. This was on August 31st, where the tweet says, "I'm talking with my roommate, and we're wondering if you could swim 100 miles from the middle of the ocean back to shore at Michael Phelps." Now, what seems like an innocent tweet sent out by his manager by Young Thug's request turned ugly, as this was Young Thug's lawyer defending him in court about this matter when prosecutors revealed that having Young Thug access to his social medias is not safe.
Williams is in a jail outside of Fulton County. There are 0 cell phones in that jail.
That last tweet that was sent out to Michael Phelps is recorded. It's been investigated by the sheriff of that county, and it was a conversation that's recorded between Mr. Williams and a member of his close friendships, that he asked the other person who has control of his Twitter account. That is not a reason to...
Well, this is part of the conversation, Mr. Steele, and you and others are going to need to have with your clients, because this is part of the state's concern. I mean,
that was an innocent... That's nothing bad. Asking somebody to tweet to Michael Phelps, "Can you swim 100 miles in the ocean?" That has nothing to do with intimidation. That asks you.
Well, if I can communicate through a family member or somebody else, then I can communicate something else.
Everything okay over there?
Sorry.
Yep. Okay, your family was concerned that something was going on. You're fine, right?
Yes, I'm great.
Okay, cool.
Prosecutors raised concern to the judge that Young Thug has way too much access to his social medias, even with him behind bars. And even after this court hearing, Young Thug had his manager post another tweet asking his fans to mail in photos. Now, this has been an issue the entire YSL RICO case, as allegedly with Young Thug behind bars, he is still organizing crimes and having crimes started. An example of this is when the prosecution in the Young Thug case announced they had proffer deals from YSL members that all named Young Thug the head of the organization and gave prosecutors information on Young Thug. There are members in YSL that are still out in the free world deleting evidence from the case that all relate to Young Thug. This is when we saw No Jumper report. A YSL member was caught on an illegal cell phone trying to get someone on the outside to destroy evidence in the Young Thug RICO case. Now, as the YSL RICO case continues, sources say to expect Young Thug's social medias to go very silent soon. And with more and more evidence stacking up against the YSL rapper, it's starting to become very likely that Young Thug will be disappearing. As on August 19th, YSL Kingpin Young Thug had his third bond hearing. Now, during this hearing, Young Thug was denied bond once again after prosecutors gained a bunch of new evidence on him. The court hearing report states, Young Thug was denied bond yet again on Thursday during a heated hearing in his RICO case where his lawyers suggested the Grammy-winning rapper is the subject of a law enforcement vendetta dating back to a 2015 drive-by of Lil Wayne's tour bus. Also in the same year of 2015, rival street member Donovan Thomas Jr. sadly passed, as prosecutors are claiming Young Thug had involvement in it, which is what related to his original arrest. Now, it states, Jeffrey Williams and Gunna, whose real name is Sergio Kitchens, have pleaded not guilty and deny the allegations, including that Williams had a role in the January 10th, 2015 passing of rival team member Donovan Thomas Jr. Prosecutors say that Williams rented the Infiniti Q50 sedan that is linked to the crime. One of the YSL members currently snitching against Young Thug claimed that Young Thug said in a group chat, and I quote, "Sacrifices must be made. Soldiers must fall in order for the battle to be won," just days after the Donovan Thomas Jr. passing. Luckily, Young Thug's lawyer had a strong defense and proved that Young Thug said no such thing. Now, all while Young Thug's lawyer was making great defenses for Young Thug, there was one thing that kept him inside of jail and denied bond once again, as the judge agreed with prosecutors when they made this statement claiming how dangerous Young Thug truly is. The snitches currently in YSL are scared for their families' lives, even with Young Thug behind bars, as this paperwork was released stating, the Fulton County District Attorney says YSL team members are going after the life of a witness and their family in the criminal case against the rapper Young Thug and the 27 other alleged team members. It goes on stating, Willis's office has discovered a document and part of a cooperating witness's statement that was posted on social media. The life of that witness, a cooperating YSL associate, otherwise known as a snitch, and that witness's family are in jeopardy as a result. Willis says authorities are still investigating on who leaked the discovery material. A new indictment last week added new charges against Williams and a handful of other defendants in the case. Now, Williams, aka Young Thug's attorney Brian Steele, and the district attorney seem to agree, as Steele says it puts people at risk and wants it to stop immediately. Now, prosecutors believed, as mentioned earlier, with Young Thug still having a social media presence, this is what led to the snitches being leaked online and ultimately definitely derailed the case for prosecutors, as the man snitching was revealed to be a team member known as Lil Woody, as Lil Woody is the man who demanded safety for his family after he started snitching on Young Thug, Gunna, and Lil Baby, as once Lil Baby's name was brought up in the case, he reacted to it outside of an airport.
How you doing, Lil Baby? Lil Baby. Lil Baby, how's Young and Young Thug doing? I know all the circumstances. Just want to see how they're holding up good? Sure. All right. Love what you're doing, man.
Now, there was also another piece of evidence that was found in the YSL mansion where Young Thug was originally arrested. Now, this was with the help of the snitches in the YSL case, as the evidence report states, in the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, do charge and accuse Duke, Yak Gotti, and Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, with the offense of possession of a firearm for the said accused in the state of Georgia in the county of Fulton on the 9th day of May 2022 did unlawfully possess a firearm with a converter switch and extended mags. What is known as a switch in many rappers' lyrics nowadays is a mod that you can attach to a single fire firearm that then makes it fully auto, which in the United States is highly illegal. Inside of the YSL mansion owned by Young Thug was one of these exact items, as here's footage of him being arrested at the YSL mansion. Now, this evidence is coming out as the prosecutors don't want to give Young Thug any chance of receiving bond, just as over a month ago, this very serious court footage was released to the public.
He's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime. He is the most dangerous of the 28, Judge. And I implore you not to grant him a bond. He is dangerous. If he gets a burner, Judge, and the court may know this, a lot of the communications that Mr. Williams is on FaceTime, because it's not traceable, it's not trackable. Judge, I will also say that we have taken proffers from fellow from Mr. Williams. Some are on this indictment, some are not. They have stated uniformly that Mr. Williams is dangerous. They are afraid of him, that if they cross him, he will them and their family. And they were very clear about that.
Concerns that this court has is danger to persons and to intimidate other witnesses and obstruct the administration of justice. So and for those reasons in the aggregate, I'm going to deny bond at this time.
as during this court hearing, the judge made it clear that due to the snitching in the YSL case, Young Thug is truly too dangerous to be released on bail. Now hopefully Young Thug beats this case, but within the next few days, Young Thug will be completely disappearing from social media. If you're a Young Thug fan, leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new.